powerful storm swept across Bavaria, Germany, causing widespread destruction and chaos. The storm, characterized by intense wind and heavy rainfall, left a trail of drainage throughout the region. The storm approached meteorologists, warning of a potential impact, urged residents to take necessary precautions. The Bavarian government activated emergency service, preparing for the worst-case scenario. Schools were closed and public transport was significantly disrupted as a safety issue. The agriculture sector suffered significant losses, with the Bavarian farmers reported damaged crops and infrastructure. The storm also impacted wildfire, with the reports and inhabitants behind destroyed animals being displaced. Throughout the ordeal, the resilience of Bavarian people was evident. Communities come together to support each other, with the volunteers helping in a cleanup effort and provide aid to those in need. The government pledged financial assistance to those affected and promised to review and disaster management plans to better prepare for the future storms. As Bavaria began in recovery, the storms were a sign of increasing frequency and intensity of extreme weather events, likely linking on climate change. Experts called for the most robust measures to mitigate the impact of such events and a greater investment in the sustainable practices to protect the environment. The storm's river was marked by gust winds and uprooted trees, damaged buildings, and disrupted power lines. In several town roofs were torn off houses. The streets were littered with debris. The fierce wind reached speed of over 100 km/h, posed a severe threat to resident safety. Heavy rainfall accompanied the wind, leading to flash flooding in low-lying areas. Rivers and streams overflowed, including streets and homes. Emergency services working tirelessly to rescue people trapped in their homes and provide temporary shelters to those displaced by the flooding. The storm also caused damage to buildings, with the reports of roofs being ripped and windows shattered. In the town of Sheepridge Hall, firefighters were close to rescue men who had become trapped at their car by the fallen debris. Meteorologists have warned that most storms could be one of the way, with the risk of hail, thunder, and lightning in some parts of the country. The German Weather Service has issued warning for several regions, including Bavaria and Bavarian, and advised people to take precautions. The hailstorms come just weeks after severe flooding hit the western Germany, caused widespread destruction, and claimed over 118 lives. The extreme weather events have sparked debate about the impact of climate change and the need to urgent action to address its causes. Berlin, Germany. In an unexpected turn of events, Berlin found itself on the market powerful storm that swept through the city, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The severe weather event, which unfolded with the startling intensity, caught residents and authority off guard, prompted emergency response measures across the capital. The storm, characterized by ferocious wind and torrential rain, struck during the early hour of the morning, disrupting normal and caused widespread chaos. The iconic cityscape of Berlin, known for its historic landmarks and modern architecture, bore witness an unrelenting force of nature as trees were uprooted, debris scattered, and power lines severed. As the cleanup continued, Berlin grapples with the aftermath, as the storm will be remembered for its unexpected ferocity. The city's ability to recover the rebuild will be a testament of strength in the people and the efficiency of the emergency response mechanism. In the face of adversity, Berlin stands unity, ready to overcome the challenges posed by these unprecedented weather events. Local meteorologists agency issued warning for the storm intensify, urged residents to stay indoors and take necessary precautions. The wind reached unprecedented speeds, tested by resilience of even the steadiest structure. Reports of damaged rooftops and shattered windows, flooded emergency hotlines scattered the city rescue of their limits. Transportation system ground on the hull and fallen trees and debris obstructed roads and rail networks. Flights in the Berlin airports experienced significant delays in cancellation, stunting travels and compounding the challenges faced by the authorities. The storm's impact on the public service prompted the swift response from emergency crews working tirelessly to clear roads, restore power, and provide assistance to those in need. The city parks and green spaces usually bustling with activity, no light in the desert. The tear garden, the population of recreational area resembled the scene from the disaster movie, with the uprooted trees and broken branches shattered across the once tranquil landscape. Berliners emerged from their homes and surveyed the damage, with a mix of shock and resilience evident on their faces. In Germany, the southern region in Bavaria and Baden-Württemberg were particularly badly hit, with the reports of hailstorm issue up to 10 centimeters in diameter. The storm storm caused chaos in the roads, with many drivers forced to pull over due to dangerous conditions. And in Austria, the Salzburg region was the worst affected in the hailstorm caused damage to roofs, windows and vehicles. The local fire service received dozens of calls to assistance as the residents stationed crews to aftermath of the storm. As the cleanup operation begins, many residents are caught in the cost and damage caused by the storm. The German and Austrian government has promised to provide support to those affected by emergency service and working around the globe to help those in need. In Munich, the storm caused chaos on the streets and motorists started to navigate through the hail-covered roads. Emergency services were called to several incidents, including car accidents on the AA motorway. Local authorities have urged residents to avoid unnecessary travel and to stay indoors where possible. The fire hailstorms hit battered parts of Germany, caused widespread damage and disruption. The storm was stuck on Sunday afternoon, dumped large hailstones on the city, including Munich and Stuttgart. 11 cars dented and the windows smashed. Some areas reported hailstones as large as a tennis ball. The fire and hailstorm had caused widespread damage across Germany and Austria. The storm, which lasted for several hours, brought hailstones the size of golf ball and caused extensive damage to homes, vehicles and crops. The hailstorms is believed to have been caused by a combination of warm and humid air mixing with the cooler air, creating instability in the atmosphere. Experts that such extreme weather events are becoming increasingly common due to climate change. As daylight broke, era footage captured the extent of the storm's devastation, revealed broke the city resembling the battlefield. The cleanup efforts began in Italy, and the municipality workers, volunteers and emergency personnel's collaboration and restored normally. The government declared a state of emergency, reselling additional resources to address the aftermath of the storm. Despite the challenges, of spirit of solidarity among Berliners shone through. Communities rallied together, offering support to those most affected by the disaster. Social media platforms used by the issue to encouragement calls to assistance with the offer of shelters. The storm, which leaving a mark of destruction, also underscored the resilience and unity of the city inhabitants. In a tumultuous turn of when Berlin, Germany found itself in the grip of ferocious storms, it has wreaked havoc across the city. With the gust winds which speed up to 100 km per hour, torrential rain and lightning strike. The capital is facing one of the worst severe weather cities in recent memory. The storm, which struck unexpectedly in the early hour of the morning, has left a trail of destruction in its wake. Emergency services are working tirelessly to respond to widespread damage caused by the fallen trees, power outage and flooded streets. Reports indicate the public transportation has come stands to 11 communities standing to exact bottom the chaos. Berlin iconic landmarks have been spotted. The Badenburg gang normally bustling with the tourists stands against the black drops and ammonia stacks. Berlin waits at the intensity of the nature fury. The city's green space such a garden now literally the uprooted trees, creating scenes of devastation. Local authorities have urged residents to exercise cautions and aid neighbors in need. Shelters have been set up to those displaced by the storm, offering temporary refuge to essential supplies. The Red Cross and other humanitarian organizations are collaborating to provide assistance to affected population. As the storm continues in a rampage through the Berlin, meteorological experts predict that the worst may not be over. Residents are basing themselves on the prolonged period in a enabling weather, emphasizing the importance of preparedness and community support in the face of such natural disaster. Residents have been advised to stay indoors and the authority grappling with the aftermath of the storm. The Berlin Fire Department has been indicated calls to assistance preliminary for fallen trees blocking roads and damaged buildings. Firefighters are working diligently to clear debris and ensure safety of those affected. Electricity has been disrupted to several districts, leaving thousands without power, and the outage have been not only impacted residential area but also have led to closure business and public institutions. Emergency generators have been deployed in a critical location, but the extent of the damage and implement swift restoration efforts.